What up, everybody? T.Maximus back here. Check out what I got today in the mail. I got Goro, MKX Goro. Now, this guy's not out as of February 26th today on Big Bad Toy Store yet. So, I actually got this one from a seller in California who was selling him on Amazon and eBay. And I scooped him up from Amazon. But, anyways. I got him a little bit earlier than most people. Um, Paid more for him, but not too much. I think I paid 150, around 150 for him. So I believe he's going to be like 110 on Big Bad Toy Store. So depending on if you want to be patient and wait, you can pay less. So I was going to take that route, but I just pulled the trigger on him. So anyways, that's the box right there. This is the first Mortal Kombat X figure that they've dropped from Storm Collectibles. They haven't had any other MKX. They had an MK9 Shao Kahn release recently. But this is Goro. This is the second Goro they've released. They released the classic Goro already like 5 years ago. And I got that one, and I'm going to do a size comparison and just a comparison in general of the two. So there's the back. I'm going to show you. You can read that real quick if you want to pause it, if you want to read the biography. If not, then just check this out. I'm going to go ahead and pop the top on this. I actually don't want to use the X-Acto blade here. I might cut the box. I'm just going to use my finger and pop it open. All right. Let's go ahead and get this guy out. That's the introduction. I've been pretty pumped. Oh, shit. Just knocked the figure over. I was going to do a size comparison with him. It's cool, though. Let me pick him up. Ermac, we got a man down. Ermac got knocked off. Alright, man. Anyways, let's continue on here. We got Goro. Right off the rip. Here's what he looks like in the package. I'm going to just take this off. It has the seal in it, like they always do. I'm probably going to display this guy outside of the box, but I may put the other one away, the older Goro, put him in a box and keep this one on display for a while. Okay, my first impression right off the top here. He's got some weight to him. He's definitely got some weight. Oh, almost knocked the tripod over. Alright, so let's get this steady here. You can check him out up close. His face looks pretty well sculpted. His ponytail actually stays in on this one. I think, yes. The old school Goro, his ponytail popped out and you swap it into different heads. They actually just got it molded into the heads, which I actually like better, in my opinion, because it doesn't just pop right out when you're posing them or moving them around. So let's check out everything on him here. He's got his kilt or whatever, his warrior kilt with this right here. This is movable, so you can pose it front, back, side. He's very well sculpted. He's got a lot of detail compared to the old one. He's got this necklace too, a real necklace. It's got these little, I guess you would say like rubies around it. It's really cool. It comes with the fist hands right out of box. It's got fist hands. He's got all these cuffs on. These are really well done, man. Very well done. Storm is getting better with their figures over time. They just keep getting better with the detail and the overall job. I mean, all right. So I'm gonna stand him up. Let's see how he stands up. That's one test he's got to pass right away. Wow, he stands up very easily. So much easier than the other Goro. That's a huge improvement. That was the biggest flaw with the classic Goro. Is he's hard as hell to stand up. He doesn't stand very well. So they really improved on that. His feet, does he have 3 toes now? It looks like he has 3 toes. The old one only has 2. I'm pretty sure that's 3 toes, right? Anyways, he grew another toe. He's a mutant. What do you expect? Let's check out his posability, his articulation, I mean, slash posability. Yeah, very well. Doesn't feel too tight. It's a little bit squeaky, but nothing too crazy. His upper arms are longer than his bottom arms are. And I thought that's what he looked like from the pictures that they've shown. Let me set him back so you can see it a little better. So, I mean, that's not a problem, but it's a change. They changed that. I'm going to grab the old Goro here. Okay, let me see if I can get him in front here. You can see, let me stretch his arms out. They're the same length, the old Goro, so they actually nerfed his bottom arms. I did not notice that in the game. Let's see, move him over a little bit there. He's not as easy to stand, like I said, but he will stand. He just falls over very easily. So yeah, his arms are the same length. The new one, they made him shorter on the bottom. Not sure why they did that. I'm not really for or against it, but you can see the comparison of these two. This Goro is a skinnier Goro. He's leaner. See there? And then you look at this one. He's more bloated. He's a little wider. Kind of looks older, honestly. More aged Goro, especially the face. Look at that face. He definitely looks old. But he's getting old, so this was right before Goro died, MKX. By MK11, he was dead. So this is old Goro, and this is young Goro. Younger Goro. Just because I'm biased, I definitely like the old version better as far as the aesthetic, the looks. I like the old one better. But figure-wise, just off of what I've seen outside the box, they did a better job on this one. See what I mean? This one doesn't stand very well. I'm trying to get him to. Yeah, he's a big goof. This one, he doesn't stand very well. He looks good though. But I've actually saw another breakdown. And they said that the new one is taller. So let's see. You gotta stand them up the same way though. They're about the same height, but I actually do think I see a slight bigger height in the new one. His chin goes up a little bit higher. So just like Shao Kahn, the new Shao Kahn, he's taller than the old Shao Kahn, and the new Goro is taller than the old one. He's a little bit different skin tone. This one's more of a lightish color, lighter orange, I guess you would say. This one's more of a brownish, lightish brown. This one has like a like an orange tone to him, almost like he's a little orangish. Very well done figure though. They both are really well done, honestly, and you can't go wrong with either one you decide to get. The older one, like I said, the aesthetic is just classic. I grew up in the 90s. I was born in the late 80s, and I played Mortal Kombat in like 93 for the first time. So this Goro right here was the first sub boss, and I was terrified of him when I was a little kid. When I had to face him, he was scary as shit. This one is the more modern Goro, even though MKX already came out like 9 years ago, almost a decade. But they just now got a figure out for him, which is crazy because they could have really banked on selling him a while ago. But like, yeah, let's get back into talking about the new one. This right here, it's so well done. Look at the detail on that. They did really well on the paint applications, all the different shading. It's very well done. Look at the back here. He's got his dragon skin. Let's compare it to the old one. The old one, it pretty much covered his whole back, and he had this flap here that doesn't, you know what I'm saying, it doesn't really look right. But they had to do that if you wanted to articulate him, I guess. So, but that's his dragon skin. Almost looks like leopard print. And then the new one, that's his. It doesn't cover the whole back. It looks more like scales, really, like dragon scales. So, there's that. There's the back of his legs, his heels. I really like this. this leathery stuff they put on. They did that with a lot of MKX characters, including Scorpion and Sub-Zero. So that's enough of the comparison as far as old Goro versus new Goro. Let's get into the accessories. I'm going to move him back. We're going to pop out the heads first. He doesn't come with any projectiles or anything like that, but what he does come with is, honestly, I expected a little more, I guess. I didn't realize he only came with this. He comes with a lot of hands, and this is the big sell point, I guess, for his accessories, is all these different hands on both sides for each hand. He's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 16 right here, but 8 for each hand. Plus that would be 9. Well, he's a 4-arm guy, so I guess he does have to come with a lot of extra hands. Okay. So let's take a look at them real quick, and then we'll get into the heads. These are the hands that don't have the leather around them. So he has skin hands, and then he has the ones with the leather around them. So it's like variations. This is just his open hand, open fingers there. Check it out. It's got the fingernails painted pretty well. Brown. This one's more closed. Kind of like he's about ready to pop somebody's head, squeeze it. That's cool. I like that one. We got like a finger reaching out, open hand with his little stub. I like those ones too, but this one I like more than the other ones. A wide open hand, kind of like a smack. He's gonna smack somebody or chop you. That's a good hand. I'm probably gonna use 2 of those on display. Now let's move on to the leather straps. There's this one, and this one. This is a grabby hand. Oh, I see now. On the figure, the upper hands have the leather strap, and the lower hands are just skin tone. So that's how you're supposed to do it, I reckon. But you can really do whatever you want with it, your figure. Open hand with the leather. Clenching hand there. And one more. More of a closed hand. Squeezy. Squeezy. And then these are all the same, just opposite hand. So there's his hands breakdown. The accessories, they could have definitely done more, but I mean, the figure alone, just with all the detail on them and all the extra hands and heads, I think really should do you. I don't really myself pose my figures with the projectiles very often. Like, I might swap out the heads, but I don't do the projectiles too much. Scorpion might hold a spear or an axe like a weapon, but like I said, I don't really do the projectile fireballs and stuff too much when I'm posing them. Hardly ever, if ever. But enough of rambling on about that. Let's go to the heads. This is the best part of the accessories, is the different heads, in my opinion. Here's his angry head. He's got white teeth now. He had yellow teeth on the old one. Those eyes are well done. Red. You know, I'm not going to pose him with this head because it makes him look toothless. No offense to anybody that is toothless, but he looks like he's a grandpa that forgot to put his dentures in. Alright, so I'm either going to pose him with this head or the last head, which we're getting to now. Very angry Goro, rushing at you, yelling at you. This is dope. This is really dope. I like both of his extra heads better than the default head for sure. Very well done. I think I'm going to pose him with the screamy head though. And if you really want to change things up, you can put this head on here, I believe. Let's see if that works. Now, it might not fit. We'll see though. The skin tone is going to be a little off though, definitely. Oh, check it out. It actually does go on that ball pin. And you can move the ponytail. Wait, it actually does come out, I think. Let me see. No, don't try it. You might rip it out and then have to super glue it on. What you can do with this ponytail though is move it all around. It's flexible. That's pretty rad. upgraded a lot of the details and stuff you can do with them. So yeah, you could put this on here, and it wouldn't be too noticeable skin tone wise because he's still brown. If you want to do that, because they don't have a screaming head for this one. So there's all kinds of different stuff you can do. You can put the old Goro head right here, the old Goro head on the new guy. Let's see how that looks. Hold on, I'll get this off camera. It's a lot looser. That's not actually going to work. No, and it's too small. that's Yeah, that's not going to work, dude. Look at it. It does not stay for shit. It just boop. So that's a no-go. But with the new one, you can do that. And it doesn't look weird to me. It's a little bigger than his old head, but it actually works. So, with that in mind, you could do that if you want. I don't think I'm going to, though, honestly. I'm just going to stick to his old head there. Keep that on there. Alright. Now with the new one, I'm going to put his angry head, but not his yelling head on for now. This is what I'm going to... The necklace does remove too. I'm going to put this one on. Off camera, because it's easier this way. Get a better grip. Alright, it goes on pretty smoothly, no problems there. I'm not the biggest fan of the necklace because it moves around a bit when you're trying to mess with him. I might take it off him, but for now, I think it kind of matches his clothes, the color scheme, you know what I mean? The red, ruby red. Let's see, his leg articulation's really good. In case anybody's wondering about that, his feet move. They move just fine. He's not too tight jointed either, so you don't have to worry about, at least the one I got, his joints being too tight and you breaking them right out of the box. He's very well flexible, but not too loose either. They got him just right. This figure is a 10 out of 10. We're going to scale him. I'm going to scale him. I have no problems with this figure. The only thing I would say is that the old one, the aesthetic of the old one I like a little better, just because I'm an old head when it comes to Mortal Kombat. But the look is great. The figure's great. I can't really fault too much out of them, man. They really did a really good job on them. So I'm not an expert on figures like Anthony Customs. He really has an opinion about every figure. He can tell you the negatives. But like as far as negatives for me is usually the joints or the paint, and I don't see any chips on the paint. He's very flexible. He's accurate looking. So, and he stands well. That's a big thing if they stand well. So let's do another comparison. Ermac is tiny to this guy, like tiny. He would get completely annihilated. Maybe not though. Ermac's got that mind power stuff where he can use his telekinesis. So there's a chance. Now let's get Sub-Zero, MK3 Sub-Zero. He's a little bit taller than that Ermac, so he might scale up a little bit better. Still shrimp. But that's how they're supposed to look. Goro's way bigger. He's at least about 2 feet, 2.5 feet taller, which he's like 8 foot something, and he's like 6'3". So I would say that's pretty game accurate. They scale well together. Sub-Zero. Now, we already showed you how the other Goro looked. Let's do the new Shao Kahn, because these guys came out within the same period. Shao Kahn came out first. Alright, but they were advertised together. So there you got Shao Kahn. Man, the Shao Kahn is probably my favorite figure I have, honestly. I love this look for Shao Kahn. There's Shao Kahn with Goro. See him side by side, face to face. Yeah, Shao Kahn's smaller. Supposed to be. So even he's not too big a deal to Goro, height-wise. But let's be honest, Shao Kahn would wreck Goro. We all know that. Goro is his slave, basically. His sidekick. My final thoughts on the Goro is if you didn't get the old Goro first over the years because of, he's really pricey online, like 250 on average, 300. He's not a cheap figure. Go get you this one. He's about to come out. This is February 26th. He should be out by the end of March or the middle of March on Big Bad Toy Store. But if not, pick him up on eBay. You can find him on there too. I would recommend him. Yeah, I definitely would recommend him if you don't have them. If you have this one and you just want the other one to have a variety of Goro, a variation, get him. I mean, I'm very happy with this figure. I don't have any nitpicks about him. I'm probably going to change out some of the hands before I put all this stuff back in the box. I'm going to keep a couple fist hands and then swap out a couple other hands and see how they look. But other than that, yeah, man, he's a 10 out of 10. Very well done. The articulation, the paint, everything, the material they use. This is a soft plastic. This is a hard plastic. His kilt or whatever. It's soft plastic also. It's flexible. His hair doesn't pop out, so I can't say anything bad about this figure, man. It's a good figure and it goes well with Shao Kahn. If you're a collector, you can up your game and have Kintaro, Motaro, and Goro. You can have all three of the sub bosses from the first trilogy. And when I was a kid, that was always like something I really wished for, but now you can get it, so that's cool. But yeah, everybody have a good day. This is T.Maximus, and I'm out.